Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. So part of the so much more is that I do these astrological horoscope reads and messages or energy forecasts each week, each month, and also weekly now. So I'm on to the second week of June 2020, and this is for the sign of Sagittarius. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Sagittarius, and I'd like to take this opportunity now to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed and liked and commented on my videos before that I've put out before. And I'd just also like to take this opportunity now to invite those of you who haven't subscribed to do that either now or at the end of the video, and leave a like or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment. So if you're watching this or come across this video on my Facebook through Facebook, please do the same. That would be cool. Like and follow my page, and then you can keep in touch with up to date with what else I'm putting out there. So I'd just like to also remind everybody, which I will do every time because there are new people coming in, that these messages may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, just leave it. Don't try and make it fit. However, it may not resonate with you right now because this is actually, a forecast or, a general forecast basically for the next week or possibly two, depending on what your story, how your story blends with this story or evolves with similar to this story or not. Okay, so the other thing is these reads are for those of you, or Sagittarius, if it's suitable for those, if you're watching for Sagittarius, oh my God, there's a little bit of tongue-tiedness going on here. I'm not sure what's going on. I think Spirit are just taking the mickey out of me, but I think also there's maybe something like maybe Spirit are taking the mickey out of you, actually. And like there's maybe something going on in the background that's like distracting, and that's like, because I kind of feel like I've been distracted. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go here, and you end up going over there, or you're feeling like you're being distracted, but it actually is a calling in some ways to, because there's something or someone or that you need to like see or chat to, or I don't know, it could be, like I say, something that you need to see, and it's like, oh, okay. So whatever that is, it's not necessarily a negative thing, okay? It's can be a good thing as well, because it helps to, what they're talking about is like, it helps to put the clues together, or some more evidence or something like that, or clues as to where or what or something, whatever you need to figure out when you, so just like follow that, your intuition, and go that way, or stop, because it may be that, like for instance, this afternoon I was trying to, in the last couple of days, I was like doing videos and things like that, and it was, and I just had this feeling like I can't do it, and there was this feeling like I've not been able to do anything like on time, like I had scheduled the time aside to do it. And it's like, oh, well, what's going on? And then somebody rang, and I'm filming this on my phone, and of course when you're filming on the phone, it's the whole thing stops and I've got to start again, so, or I've got to like piece it together. So I'm me, I just start right again. So and it happened like 3 times today, and I was like getting a little bit frustrated. So there may be things like that are, and that feeling that, okay, things aren't quite working out, or why is it, and then anyway, the phone calls, I needed to take them, or and the messages that come through, but it was just like just taking note of those things, because it may be something that you do, like listening to your intuition and stopping and the whatever it is that you're doing, and taking note of what you're getting, because, and still carrying on with something else. It's kind of like how my schedule worked was not how it was. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just carry on, I'll do this and do that, and then I'll have to put this aside now, because I'm not going to be able to do that and do a good job at it. And that's kind of that process that was kind of going, and then I have to do it later, which is, so I've had to do like your videos, or 2 videos later on, like this evening instead, which is okay, because I still in the end got what I needed to do earlier on done. in the end, it's getting done. So, it's just like not in how I thought it was going to get done. So, it's just like rolling, going with the flow, and it's not getting all titchy about it, and that sort of thing. And you might get a bit titchy like I did at first, and it's like, what the? And then it's like, okay, and just go with the flow. It's because it'll save you some energy. It'll save you a little bit of grief if you get shitty or snarky, or bitchy about something or grumpy. And it's like, okay, well, it's just the way it's rolled today. Okay, so just go with the flow of it as much as you can without being grumpy. Okay. So anyway, these reads, the energy at the moment is like Spirit are drawing me to more this month, or this week actually, and like some of the other readings that have come through, it's got more of a healing connotation to it, so, or feel to it. And it's heading more and more that, and I felt that moving more and more this way, as well as like a message coming through too. So, and one of the ways this week is Spirit of bringing through to use these crystal cards to help bring through the message and the healing energy that you may, will help you to move through this week or this month, okay, or this month. So anyway, so I have shuffled cards really well, and I have actually chosen some cards, or shuffled, and not so much chosen, but because I shuffle and they flip out. And so 4 cards have flipped out for you, and that's kind of been what's been flipping out is for most of the signs that I've done so far. And I've just and the reason why I've done that is because some of the crystals in there I've never ever heard of before in my life. And so I thought, well, I'll need to prep myself so I can get a little bit of information, because I've been drawn not so much to read what's in the book, but to give a few benefits or an idea of what the crystal might be about, and like healing and benefits for emotional stuff, and not just emotional but physical stuff that's maybe going on with you to help with that, ease some stress or pain or whatever, so with you. So it's not replacing any medical attention or anything like that, It's just really on a spiritual level, basically, and maybe to help you shift through some stuff, processes. Anyway, the first one up is blue. I think I'm pronouncing this right, but anyway, if I'm not, don't shoot me, please. Just this is blue chalcedony. This is how I'm going to pronounce it, and it's number 11 in the pack. So in the deck, so there's two ones there. Ones are typically about about a new beginning, basically, so, or a rebirth of oneself. So in the other words, the phrase that is like being one with all and being one with the self. So it's like when you find this epiphany, or you figure something out and you feel like that aha moment, and then it's like there's this rebirth, like a rebirth thing. It's like you've just whoa. So there's maybe some of those things that you've kind of just figured out, and so there's something new coming up for you now that you've gone through the God force energy, and now you're on the next cycle, but you're more knowing and being in that oneness space now, to move into the next phase, or another phase of your learning and or knowledge that you're either learning or sharing with others. So anyway, the basic benefits or that can help this crystal offers us is that it relieves hostility and irritability. It promotes feelings of kindness and compassion. Just as the gentle lapping of the calm blue sea on the shore promotes balance and healing, this stone brings your emotions to a balanced state when you use with conscious direction. So it's great for promoting a sense of peace and joy. It is a member of the quartz family. Chalcedony carries similar properties such as cleansing, healing, and balancing, and it helps to relieve negative, relieve us of negative emotions, bringing a greater sense of overall happiness into one's life. Okay, so that's that one there. So what I do suggest is if you can't get a hold of some of these, and you may not be able to, but the next three, I know you can. I'm not sure about that one, but anyway, if you're in New Zealand. But if you can't, Google it, and that's what I do, is if I can't get a hold of them, and I really feel like I need it now, I just Google it, because there are a lot of websites out there that have some really wonderful images out there that are just beautiful and vibrant, and you can like tune into that and feel the energy. Sometimes you just like put it up and the energy, you could just feel it like beaming out at you, and you're feeling the energy straight away. Okay, so the next one is amber, and amber is like number 3 in this deck. So 3 really is about balance. Okay, balance and finding that pivotal point, and balancing, like, in the sense, like, balancing that mind, body, spirit, and soul. Okay, and there is some sort of balance in there, but it's also being, balance in generally, and finding that balance in everything you do. But with when we find that within us, everything else seems to balance, of course. Okay, so anyway, this one is about amber. It aids manifestation, eases stress by clearing phobias and fears, and it is a lovely warm stone to wear. I have actually worn this stone as well. It is a powerful healer that gives the person who wears it a lovely sense of health and healing. Amber helps to balance the emotions, clear the mind, and release negative energy. Okay, cool. And that's such a beautiful energy that coming off that one. So I just want to make, let you know too that all of these, you may not need to get all of these. So whatever one resonates with you, that's the one you get, and, or all of them if you want. So the next one is Apache Tears. And this is a really beautiful one. I really like it. It's helped me through a few things a few times. And so Apache Tears is a type of black obsidian, but they have a more friendly vibration than some of the other types of obsidian. They're not altered, but are natural crystals that heal grief. They have a strong action to aid emotional healing and bring you comfort when you are grieving. Okay, beautiful. Actually, I think I might have that one handy. Oh, yep, this is the one here. That one here. It's a really beautiful. It's not like obsidian. It's similar, but it's similar, but it's lighter. Okay, and Apache Tears is number 5 in the deck there. So 5 is really about energy. Everything is energy. It's like, be mindful, what you put out, like energetically wise, mentally, emotionally, and physically. That it's like that's why with our manifestation of things, it's like, so what vibration, what your vibe is really important. Is keeping it high vibe, really. So as we move through these interesting times in the world at the moment. And then number 2 in the deck is Amazonite, and this one is another really beautiful one. So Amazonite has healing powers to help with physical ailments, emotional issues, and in healing energy and chakra balancing. They are primarily associated with filtering out stresses, healing traumas, soothing energies in the home and workplace as well. So that is a really nice one. I do have some of that somewhere. I'm just thinking. Okay, I think it's over the other side of the room. So anyway, it's number 2 in the deck. Number 2 is about relationships and how we relate to others and them to us. So it could be that somebody is coming into your life in a relationship, as in a romantic one. It could be somebody who's coming into the family, or your workplace, or a colleague, or something like that, a partnership in some way, whatever that is. But it's definitely it's generally and definitely about relationships. So there will be some aspect in there and in those cards that you'll probably be able to relate to as far as relationships goes, and new beginnings, and how and finding that balance with some people in your life, and being mindful of your energy, what you put out. So what you put out. Okay, well, I think that might be enough for right now. So anyway, this first card that flipped out is the Devil. So there's a Devil is about power and energy imprisoned. So there's maybe something that you're going through and you may be like holding back or a little bit afraid to do something, or feeling in that space where you feel powerless, and you like, and I can hear for some of you says, I should do this, I should do this, I need to do this, and taking responsibility for things that maybe or holding off on things that, and waiting for something to happen before you move on to do something. And it's like, and it's kind of like, I do feel, because the key word, one of the big word that keeps shouting out to me is responsibility, or carrying the burden, and don't let somebody out taking responsibility for somebody else's stuff, or wait to happen, don't make it yours, is kind of the message that I feel like I'm getting for some of you. Not all of you will get that. Others of you, it's like there's that self-imprisonment thing there that's going on, and it may be that you're holding off on something, or some information, or some and just with yourself, and not wanting to move forward with anything. So it's setting yourself free. And you may be feeling like you're in a bit of a vulnerable situation, which is where they were going back, or where there's like you're feeling that little bit of a tug to go this way, which just goes back to that responsibility thing, and feeling that burden to stay there and help out rather than do something else. Okay, so it's like, okay. So it's about freeing yourself from that, whatever it is that is going on. And I feel a lot of it is, what goes on in our mind, and what we perceive something to be, and like we can't do this yet, or we can't do that yet, and what have you. So it's just, obviously everybody's got a different story. So just, how it works out, see how it works out for you. And then the next two cards I've got is the Three of Wands, which is basically about, completion of a first phase, and a gift or a financial opportunity with the Pentacles, so the Ace of Pentacles. So now these two fell out together, and they were both in the reverse upside down, okay, reverse position. So I'm actually going to turn up the right way to shift the energy. So there may have been, or may be, some resistance, which is back to this, okay, and from you moving on to with something. So but now that we've turned it up the right, you're shifting the energy. So there is the Three of Wands, completion of a first phase, which is this one. So it's like there's something there, like just been sitting there, and it's like, I feel like there's going to be a shift in that, where you feel like you're going to be able to do it, but it's like, stop. It's like we've got to stop blocking that from coming in, and I do feel like you might not see something, this thing as an opportunity, or there may be an opportunity that's been gifted to you to take action with something, okay? A money-making venture, obviously, or some sort of income, I say adventure, money-making venture. Oh, that sounds really interesting. Or a venture that comes up. So it's like there is something that you may have, put into place or started doing a little while ago, and something, you may get news, of course, but something, an opportunity to go further with it, or to make another move, or take another step with it. So I'm just, there may be that you may be balking at it. So I'm just, but it's like setting yourself free. Okay, this is, set yourself free, because that's come up for a reason. Okay, so, and don't overthink that, and look at it, because don't, and not look at it, okay, because it's an opportunity that's come up. So I've turned it around up the correct way, so shift the energy for you. You see, and then we have the nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Wow. So, and those two came out together, and these were up the correct way. So once you get over yourself, once you get over yourself, just repeating that, and once you shift your mindset, and move through whatever it is that's holding you back, or that you're letting hold you back, there's success and enjoyment with the Nine of Pentacles. So something comes to an end with the way that you're thinking about things as well. So you can move into the space of success and enjoyment. So yeah, because 9 is about something coming to an end. It's not the end of whatever the phase is, but it's coming to an end. And so you can enjoy that success of whatever it is that you are doing, whether it is a new job, a new learning, or a shift in your business. And it's like now we're coming into level 1, or even like with the COVID, some people have completely shifted or from the work that you normally do and got a completely new job, and let go of the other one because it no longer serves them for their highest and greatest good. And it could be a business, or another venture going on, or an extension of that, or a relationship, whatever it is for you. But this is something to do with money. So this is obviously about energy, because the Wands is about energy, passion, motivation, and that purpose in life, or life purposes. So, and it was upside down. So there may be a little bit of a resistance there, or a little bit of a block in some way, like with that before. And it's like the universe is saying, okay, it's time now. You can move, okay? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles there, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So there's something there's something new that's coming to you. And once again, this has come out of the clouds, so it's some sort of a way of new a new opportunity in the way that you think. Okay, so it's gonna whatever is coming is like it's just out of the blue, like this one here. This one here is just like out of the blue as well, or out of the clouds as well. So something, just wow. But I feel like it's to do with the way, because that's what the Swords is typically about, is the way that you're thinking, the words that you use, and, in the life, it could change, it's about changing the life that you have now and moving into a new life, basically, or being able to feel like you can create the life, a new phase, or a new life, basically. I'm hearing for some of yous. And some of you, it's also because the Swords is also about communicating your ideas and making decisions. So there's something that's new about the way that you do things in that way, and moving into a new you in the way that you think, in a way. Okay, I'm just hearing like the way that you think in a way. It's kind of like in a way, in a different, and also asserting your power. Because it's like something, I don't know, something happens in this phase here, in this phase here, in that bit there. So it's like in there, that's like, that makes you change it around and look more into the future. So it's like, I think, because what I'm hearing is some of you just like, okay, I wrote it, let's do it, this feels really good. We've got all this information, we can move with it now. And I feel like I want to move. Okay, it will shift out of this phase where we are, because it's like, I can do this and I can do this. It will work out. So there's a lot more positive energy that is coming from that. Okay, I just feel like I want to shuffle and get, there's another card that's coming just to finish off this energy. Not so much to clarify. I was going to say clarify, so it could be to clarify as well as finish off this part here, so which is cool. Okay, is it in this one? Okay, yes it is. I just haven't got it yet. It's not come out. Oops, that's not it. I don't feel like that was it either, because there we go. The Page of Wands. Boom, there we go. Page of Wands is a messenger bringing creative ideas. So something happens and it's up the right way. So something or someone will come through with an idea or an information that links up with already ideas and where you're thinking of going anyway, and it's like there's a clue in there. So and to get to, it's almost like that's the clue, that's like the clue or the information you need from the universe to like seal the deal. Like, let's go, I'm ready for this, and just to seal the deal. Yep, okay, I've got it. Like, I've got it. I hear you. I got it, and I'm ready to move. More so than what I have been before. Okay, phew. And it's there's a lot more in it, which brings about a lot more faith, and not so much hope, but faith and trust in yourself, but in spirit and in the universe, and but most of all you. Okay, yay, so exciting. Cool. I look forward to hearing what some of you have got up to. That would be way cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So this is for you Sagittarius. Have an amazing week. And for this first week, for the second week of June 2020, but it might just, I feel like for some of you, it might not fully, roll out, properly until maybe next week. Okay, so which is, which would be about right, and maybe a little bit longer. So it'll just, we'll see how that rolls. And some of you, I think you might be already in it now. Okay. Anyway, leaving it there. God bless you. God protect you. We leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure. Bye for now, and we'll see you next Wednesday.